What's up, everybody? Welcome to Aaron Ruins Music. My name is Aaron. Today we're checking out the album Count Your Blessings Repended by the band Bring Me the Horizon. This is obviously not a new album. It's a re-recording of the band's debut album in celebration of their 20th anniversary. And I've been looking for a time to do a review on this record. I was going to do like a classic review on it, but the classic reviews were kind of put on hold for a while because there's a lot of new stuff coming out. And it just never happened. But now that they're doing a re-recording of this, I figured now is the perfect time. You might as well take advantage of it while you can. And I like to think that they added "Repented" to this album title to account for the sins that they committed by releasing a deathcore record, winning a bunch of fans over, and then immediately abandoning those fans and turning their back on them in the follow-up album. Literally immediately, the very next album was completely different than this. Many say that Count Your Blessings is one of the best deathcore albums of all time, and I would have to disagree. It was okay for 2006. To me, I was into different bands at the time. I heard this album when it came out. It was cool. I didn't really get that excited about it. I think they're mostly more hurt by the sudden change, and also, maybe the possibilities of if they stayed deathcore, what they could be today. One of my main issues with this album is the production. And if you look into everything that went on during the recording of this record, you could see that it's pretty rough. The band recorded pretty much all of these songs separately. It was pretty much just one band member at a time. 3 of these songs were written in 2 days, and some of the songs were just re-recorded demos. The band members were all under the age of 20, and they were more excited about exploring the city that the studio was in, as opposed to like sitting down and working out this album together and trying to piece it all together and having inputs from different band members and stuff like that. And it just all shows. All these different issues that they had is the issue. And just looking at the opening track, Pray for Plagues, which was one of the first singles released for the album originally back in 2006, we can hear instantly that the production is just insanely better. The technical guitar work is so clean and it punches through the mix better. The drums and the rhythm guitar have that rawness to them still, so it's just a nice contrast between the two. And then at different times, the riffs punch through when they need to, instead of it all just sitting at the same level like it used to before. Not to mention, all these vocals sound so much better now than they did 20 years ago. And also the first breakdown, which is what I was really excited about, is so heavy and so much more explosive now. Like, they knew now how to make things in the song stand out a lot more than they did back then. And looking at Black and Blue, which is another favorite song, pretty close to Pray for Plagues, and for a very good reason. The song is super sick and I enjoy it so much more even now. The pre-chorus riff just hits so hard now. Like, it just feels like this is what it was meant to be. I mean, their original recording, it just didn't really have the highs and lows that this new record puts on this. And I just really enjoyed hearing this for the freshness of it. Like, the gnarly buildup into the chorus is so good. The breakdown feels more modern in a way, and you could really hear just by this how it's influenced a lot of bands within like the mid 2010s. Like, hearing this now with this production, you're like, oh, I could hear a lot of these other bands within this. And then we have this song a lot like Vegas, which has some cleaner vocals, I guess you could say, in the chorus. Again, Ollie sounds so good here, but I think the real winner of the recording in this song goes to the drums. I mean, they just sound so clean and so powerful all the way through. Like, you can feel it. It's like you could actually hear the drummer playing the drums. It just sounds so good. One of the things I don't miss from this MySpace deathcore era is the stupid song names, such as Tell Slater Not to Wash His Dick. That's just something, even back then, I thought was very, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. In the era, it just makes no sense. Hearing the new mix on this song, though, with the vocals, honestly makes me feel like this song could have been written in like the 2020s. It sounds so good. The song structure, and more importantly, the lyrics, trying to give it away of this song's age that it would have been written in the 2020s. It has kind of that emo little touch to it. The chorus is pretty sick though. Even the cheesy lyrics work really well, especially with the delivery, so I still enjoyed it quite a bit. Then we have for Stevie Wonder's Eyes Only, aka Braille. This is one of the craziest riff and vocal combinations on the album. The verses come together really well in the chorus. There's some squeals in there that I enjoy quite a bit. It reminds me a lot of like Job for a Cowboy, especially around this time. And the articulation between the guitars is just so good. This is an album that, if you can't tell, I had a hard time really getting into when it first came out. And hearing it this way, it just sounds so good. Like the breakdown with the rhythm taking over, it just hits all the right places. They do it so well. Even 20 years later, hearing just a new production on this, it definitely sounds like it's great. It sounds good. And then we have Slow Dance, which is like the mandatory instrumental back in the day that was just like super chill, and it separated the first half of the record from the back half of the record. I Used to Make Out with Medusa has another award-winning pre-chorus to chorus section. The vocal layering is super nasty along with the rhythm. It's amazing to me that Ollie can still go this hard given his age and also his history of injury and things he's had to overcome. I didn't particularly care for this song back in the day, but it's definitely won me over with a lot of twists and turns. It reminds me of a song that could be found off of Between the Buried and Me's Alaska, which that album came out around the same time. And to me, that album was like up here compared to this album back in the day. So I really enjoyed that. Like hearing it like this, I'm like, you know what, this song is actually pretty sick too. There are some songs though that don't really do it for me, even with the new production, like Dragon Slayer, which was originally called Liquor and Love Lost. This one is one of the few songs that still sounds very dated to me. Like the writing style, the lead guitar part is very early 2000s metalcore. The squeals are sick. I enjoy squeals, but they lean into it just a little bit too hard. And even 20 years later with the new mix on it, it still feels a little hard for me to get into it. And then we also have 15 Fathoms Counting, which is an acoustic instrumental, which I think is so much worse now. I think this version, it doesn't compare. The original version was not as clean, for sure. You could hear the pick noises a lot more. You could hear fingers kind of squeaking on the guitar strings as he's moving up and down. And personally, I just like that more. I think it sounds better. This is the one song where I feel like they could have just completely left it and it would have been totally fine, especially in this new mix where they still maintain some of that rawness. I feel like they made this a little too clean. Off the Heezy, which was the original closing track, really shows off the drum work once again. The effects sound pretty good, but they were used pretty sparingly even to begin with. They don't really take over too much, but here I feel like they give them a little bit more of a presence throughout the song, which I enjoyed. The interludes are really good where you get a chance to just hear that music breathe. You get a chance to really feel it. It just takes me back to sweaty mosh pits, and it's a good time. You know, I always thought this was a solid closer, especially the way they do that. They really let the music shine through, but even more so now with the new production. It just sounds so good. And to show us that they could still do it, they released a new song titled Dehumanized, which is the most current, modern, Bring Me the Horizon sounding song on this album. It's completely new. I actually don't care for this song that much. I like the lyrics a lot less than any lyrics on the old songs. It's just too modern, Bring Me the Horizon sounding. Like this is more of a cover song, it sounds like. If a YouTuber was to do a song, Bring Me the Horizon, in a deathcore style, this is what it would sound like. Like the lyrics don't really fit the vibe of deathcore. It still has that kind of post-hardcore feel to it. It's just they added more distortion, a breakdown, and Ollie is growling. It's cool that they could still do that, especially Ollie with his vocals, but the rest of this album is just, it stands pretty well on its own. I don't think they needed to do this. I mean, it's cool that they did, but compared to the rest of the album, it just isn't it. And like I mentioned, I didn't really care that much for this record back in 2006. I feel like this is going to sound very blasphemous. It's completely different than what the rest of the world thinks. I think they made the right choice by switching genres, because I feel like the band as a whole is just not that good at writing deathcore, as we could hear from the new deathcore song they wrote. They're better at writing metalcore, poppy, post-hardcore stuff. I mean, obviously, they're one of the most famous bands in the world right now, regardless of how much you love this album back in 2006. As far as the band's longevity and their ability to continue to write songs and stay relevant in this world, I think they did the right thing from a band's prospect. It doesn't mean I enjoy their music as much as, you know, it sounds like I do. I don't really enjoy their modern Bring Me the Horizon all that much. Their past couple albums are good, but that's besides the point. Anyways, I enjoyed the re-recording of this a lot. I really enjoyed the production on this, as I feel like that was the main weak point, and I feel like they fixed it pretty well. I feel like they put a good amount of effort into it, a good amount of playing the songs and different layerings and stuff. I feel like the band just had a lot more fun doing it this time around. They were more focused, and you could definitely hear that. So because of that, I gotta give the re-recording of Count Your Blessings Repended by Bring Me the Horizon at 8.4 out of 10. But I want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of this re-recording. Let me know what you would rate it and what your favorite song is. And also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. It helps out so much with YouTube's algorithm. And if you want to see more reviews, which don't worry, I'm still doing reviews. I'm just being a lot more picky. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on my future videos. And I just thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch one of my videos. I know I haven't been as active as I was in the past, being a lot more selective for more or less my mental health and burnout, but we're still here. We're still making videos. We still care about music. And yeah, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me talk. And I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, whenever you have you watching this. And I'll talk to you guys next time.